The girl deliberately wore her pajamas to a blind date, but when she saw who her date was, she immediately regretted it. The handsome man sitting across from her turned out to be her longtime crush and high school classmate. Seeing the man she had secretly written about thousands of times in her diary now standing before her, her heart raced with excitement and nervousness. While she was fumbling awkwardly, the man noticed her and greeted her first. Faced with his initiative, the girl had no choice but to gather her courage and walk over. At that moment, she deeply regretted not listening to her mom and dressing up nicely. The man, noticing her casual attire, assumed that she too was forced into the blind date by her family. Little did he know, the girl's heart was a whirlwind of joy and nervousness. However, it seemed the man didn't recognize her, leaving her slightly disappointed. After all, she had been an unremarkable presence in high school. Still, she resolved to seize this rare opportunity. Just as she was trying to find the right words, she noticed the man frequently checking the time. Sensing his urgency, she quickly and understandingly suggested that if he was busy, he could leave first. The two simply exchanged contact information and parted ways. As she watched him walk away, her heart rippled with a mix of emotions. This man was the same boy she had quietly admired in high school. Back then, she was often bullied by her cunning stepsister and classmates until one day, the boy appeared like a guardian angel and stood up for her. That moment planted the seed of a secret crush deep in her heart. She would pay attention to his every move, writing his name all over her diary. Even though he never noticed her, she never regretted it. Then one day, she accidentally overheard him say, "I'd like to marry an air traffic controller in the future." At that moment, she found her goal. Years later, the girl fulfilled her dream and became an excellent air traffic controller. One day, she finally heard that voice again, the voice that had always made her heart race. It was her crush, now a pilot, landing at the airport where she worked. Hoping to see him, she rushed to meet him as soon as he got off the plane. But just as she was about to greet him, she saw him on the phone and walked past him. At that moment, her heart sank with disappointment. She thought she might never have another chance to meet him. To her surprise, the very next day, she discovered that her blind date was none other than her longtime crush. And so, the scene at the beginning unfolded. After watching the man leave, the girl suddenly received a message on her phone. It was an invitation to a class reunion organized by their old class monitor. Normally, she would have skipped such a boring event. But when she learned that her crush would be attending, she was overjoyed and immediately signed up.